You're listening to the Her Paper Route podcast, episode number 8. On today's show, I'm going to share with you 30 ways that you can start living your life to the fullest. Because as an entrepreneur, there will be tough days and days when things just don't go your way, and you really need to have something at the forefront of your mind that keeps you on your path and on your focus, your why for why you do all of this, why you do all this work, the bigger picture, that thing that you're working towards. And these tips today that I'm going to share will help you have a little bit of a reminder that if you ever have those tough days, you can just plug this episode on and re-listen to it and hopefully feel a lot better by the end. No matter what stage you are at in the entrepreneur game, I have something that will help you. Go to herpaperroute.com/toolkit to get unlimited free access to my resource library, an entrepreneur toolkit of my courses, ebooks, Instagram marketing tips, Pinterest marketing tips, blogging tips, and training, and so much more. Head on over to herpaperroute.com/toolkit to get that for free right now.
You're listening to the Her Paper Route podcast, a show all about money and entrepreneurship with host Chelsea Clark. Chelsea is a marketing strategist and the founder of herpaperroute.com, a friendly and supportive hive for ambitious, passionate entrepreneurs like you to learn how to growth hack your idea into a profitable business. We encourage you to fearlessly tackle your wildest goals. We know that as your own boss, you can deliver your unique message and make more paper. You just need a plan. Here's your host, Chelsea Clark.
Number 1, understand your why. Knowing your why means digging deeper into who you are. What makes you, you? What are your core beliefs and what drives you in life? You can write these things down and reconnect to the person that you really are. We often lose sight of why we do things in life. So check in with yourself now and then go and realign with your values and make sure that you're on the right path. Number 2, embrace change in your life. Change is never easy, which is why a lot of people hate to accept it. They hold on with all their might to the past and nostalgia. When you learn to embrace change, you learn to ebb and flow with life. You don't always have to love it, but you can practice accepting change when it occurs and adapting with it. Number 3, work on communicating better with the people that you care about. A strong support system leads to a fulfilling life. The people around you can build you up to the person that you want to be. You can't always do things alone, and that's why it's important to keep the relationships around you strong. Work on communicating better with the people that you love. Stop texting and pick up the phone. Make it a point to hang out with people a few times a month. Stay connected and keep it a priority in your life. Disconnection causes anxiety and isolation, but the more that you connect and the less that you feel like nobody cares about what you're going through, reach out to the ones who you know do care. Number 4, live day by day, enjoying as many moments as you can. There's nothing wrong about looking forward to things in your life, but don't get lost in the destination. Learning to enjoy today for what it is will allow you to be present and live a fuller, happier life. We can easily get caught up in 3 years, I'll have a house and then I'll be happy. Or once I lose weight, I can start living my life. But do it today. Enjoy the day for what it is. When you wake up in the morning, just pay attention to what needs to happen within the next 12 hours. Write it out, make a list, and then go do it and enjoy the fact that you accomplished it. Don't overwhelm yourself with things 3 weeks from now. Just take it moment by moment. Enjoy the morning and then the afternoon and then the evening. Prioritize, let yourself know exactly what tasks need to be done in your business or just your day-to-day stuff that you need to do. Give yourself a time limit and then just tick it off one by one as you do it. Learn to flow with each day so that you can truly begin to live your life to the fullest. And there definitely will be days when things just aren't going to go smoothly and you're not going to be able to do all of the things on your list. And that is okay. You need to recognize those moments and just step away. Go do something fun, go for a walk, watch your favorite show, hang out with your family, whatever it is. You don't always have to be on. Make sure that you make that time for yourself to have time alone and not in front of your computer, not working. Number 5, stop letting things limit you. You can do whatever you want in life. It really doesn't matter what it is. What is holding you back is your mindset and the beliefs you've had growing up that you're supposed to be a certain way to succeed in life. You determine where your life goes, and that means letting go of any restrictions that you hold on yourself. Think about what you really enjoy from life and then just go do those things. Life is honestly way too short to limit yourself to the things that only seem acceptable to society. Follow your heart and listen to what is yearning inside of you, then just go for it. Work at it and focus on getting to where you want to be. Number 6, work on letting go of expectations. Stop holding yourself to such high expectations as well as people around you. As humans, we mess things up, and sometimes we mess it up epically, and you will fall on your ass. And honestly, that's a good thing, because if things came too easily to you, you wouldn't really want to do them. You wouldn't really try. You wouldn't set goals. There would be no point, and it wouldn't really matter when you had success. Things won't always work out as planned. People will let you down. There's a fine balance between not expecting things and letting people walk all over you. But just practice being an understanding person who knows things won't always go perfectly, and there are certain things that are out of your control. Letting go of expectations will take a lot of stress and disappointment out of your life. You will also know how to forgive a little easier. Number 7, give up perfection. You know perfection doesn't exist, even if you secretly love to chase it knowing this. Perfectionism causes anxiety, which leads to a strong feeling of loss of control. I know it's not always easy, but work on giving up absolute perfection. Once you learn to let go of things that don't truly matter in the grand scheme of things, you learn to enjoy life a lot more. It also just gives you a new perspective on things when you realize it doesn't matter if you're perfect at anything, and it's not the end all be all to life. Number 8, stop complaining. Are you guilty of this? Because I think you know that complaining all the time doesn't really get you anywhere. If you need to vent about something, fine, go for it. Vent, get it out. That's good. But work on holding back before complaining about every little thing. Complaining means that you find comfort in other people feeling sorry for you. And if you also like to be negative and pessimistic towards life, well, maybe that's a way to protect yourself, but it's not moving you forward. Instead, when you get really annoyed by a client or a brand that you're working with or something, a best friend bailing on you, just take a deep breath, close your eyes, and relax. The only one who makes it into a bigger deal than it needs to be is you. Once you stop feeling the need to complain, you won't feel so negative towards life. And don't get me wrong, things happen, and there will definitely be times when you need to consult with your friends and let it all out. But if you feel like you have to complain about every little thing that goes wrong in your day, practice holding back until it's really something to complain about. Pick your battles. Hey, there is no shame in reaching out and talking to someone. The professionals at BetterHelp are standing by to talk with you at any time. Whether you are going through a crisis or you just need someone to listen so that you can vent and get the thoughts out of your head and out into the world, go to herpaperroute.com/betterhelp to find an affordable online therapist that you can talk or text with at any time. Yes, you can text with a therapist if it makes you more comfortable. Go to herpaperroute.com/betterhelp and just talk to someone. Number 9, always keep an open mind. Even if you're dealing with a very irrational person, keep an open mind. You never know what people are dealing with or what they have gone through. Stay optimistic, even when it could possibly burn you. The reason for this is you stop allowing outside things to affect you, and you learn to keep an open mind over time. People will definitely end up disappointing you, but giving them the benefit of the doubt means that you are hopeful. And staying hopeful in life means that it doesn't break you. It's so easy to become bitter and put up a wall when you get hurt, or to think that you know everything in life and that everyone will just hurt you. Practice staying open-minded and stop trying to predict the future. Let life play out as it is and learn to ride the waves. Number 10, learn how to forgive as best as you can. Forgiving is tough, especially when it's towards someone who doesn't really deserve it. The thing is, you can be the type of person that you want to be, and learning to forgive allows you to let go of the pain that people and life may have caused you, whether it's small in the moment that day or something big that's happened in your past. That doesn't mean that you have to talk to this person ever again, but for your own well-being, you can forgive them just so that you can move on. There is no changing other people, but you give yourself the chance for a great life when you stop living in resentment and you learn to move forward. Number 11, be authentic in everything that you do. Being authentic means that you are living your life to the absolute fullest, and that means that you are living life your way. You are following your heart and going after the things that you want. And that could mean giving up a job that isn't serving you anymore. Finally taking that chance to start that business that you've been thinking about forever, or that blog that you've been thinking about forever. Or letting go of people in your life who suck you dry. Learn to follow your inner compass and just listen to yourself. Because once you reach that point of being authentic, that's where the magic happens. That's when you become content and happy in your life. And that's when you learn to take anything that life throws at you and you just throw it right back, but in a positive way. You become at peace with things because you're living your life in the way that you need to, instead of going down a path that really is just not helping you. It's not moving you forward in the right direction. Number 12, love who you are. You can't possibly live a fulfilling life if you don't love who you are right now. And that means no matter what you look like, or what you weigh, or how successful you are in business, or how many followers you have, or whatever it is, what anyone has ever said about you before, it doesn't matter. You have to love who you are to enjoy the life that you're living. Because you can go around and do amazing things in life, but if you're not happy with yourself, then none of that stuff matters. Take care of yourself, practice self-care often, do things that you love, eat foods that are good for you, as well as the ones that just make you happy. And I'm looking at you, chocolate cake. You gotta have chocolate cake once in a while, if not fairly often. Treat yourself like you do your best friend, where you're protective of others hurting her, and where you talk her up and are there for her when she needs it, because you need that too. And no one can be there for you better than you. So be there for yourself. Number 13, don't hold on to beliefs so strongly that they leave you isolated and lonely. I believe in having strong beliefs in something. I'm a vegetarian. I've been vegetarian since I was a little kid. My mom was vegetarian. She raised me that way, and I just grew up with having those beliefs and beliefs that I developed on my own as I became older and I started learning more about the world and about meat production and all that kind of stuff. And I have strong beliefs. I love animals and I don't want them to be killed. And those are my beliefs, but I don't push that on other people. If someone else wants to eat meat, that is their choice. My husband is a big time meat eater. I don't judge other people for eating meat. Believe in what you want, but don't fight friends on it if it means losing them. Just remember that your beliefs are your own. Don't let your strong beliefs isolate you from others. Work on finding even ground and challenge yourself to see things from other points of view. 14, be open to learning new things. There is never too much to learn in life. If you can enjoy each moment that you learn a new thing, life gets a whole lot more exciting. Work on searching out new things to learn. Like if you hear a word that you don't understand, Google it. Read new books or do a Google search often. Take courses. Come swing by my school at herpaperroute.com/courses and take a new class on marketing, blogging, business, website development, Instagram marketing, Pinterest marketing, email marketing, money making in general. We have it all. It doesn't matter what it is. Go out there and go and learn it. Technology is great in that way that learning can literally be at your fingertips. Open up your world a little more and always be curious to new things. This will fill up your life in many ways and make you a very interesting person. 15, put effort into the things that matter and let go of the things that don't. It's time to start letting go of the things that don't matter a whole lot to you. When you really think about it, we often put too much effort into things that we should actually be letting go of. Like trying to be someone that you're not. Maybe you think you want to be someone who wakes up early and works out every day and who eats really clean food. Or maybe you work hard at being a perfectionist even when it really doesn't matter. Think about the things that just don't do much for your life and that you secretly don't enjoy doing. Instead, think about the things that you really want to be doing more in life. Write those things down and start putting more energy into those things and let go of all the other things that are pretty pointless if they're not bringing you joy. 16, stop thinking your dreams are too big. You get one shot at this life, and that means you should start following the path that you want to go down. If you have dreams that seem too far out of reach, then focus instead on changing your mindset about it. Don't change your dream, change your mindset. You deserve anything you want out of life, and the only thing holding you back is you. What your mind tells you is what creates your reality. So practice changing those thoughts into your head from, that will never happen, to, I will make it happen. 17, stop being so hard on yourself. If you're waking up every day and deciding to get out of bed and face another morning, you are doing enough. It's not always easy to get back up again. Stop thinking that you need to be doing more, especially if you're already doing plenty. Instead of tallying up all the things that you think you're doing wrong, think about everything you're working so hard at every day. Stop comparing yourself to what you see other entrepreneurs and other bloggers doing. If you want to do that too, then pick one of the things that you see and you admire in them and then learn how to do it and go do it yourself. But the key is, don't expect to have instant results. Those people that you may be comparing yourself to probably have years and years and years of experience ahead of you. Their results weren't instant in the beginning either. So just start focusing on what you can do day by day. 18, always question other people's advice. I'm not saying to never take anyone's advice, especially as I sit here shelling out advice to you in this podcast episode, but always be aware of where other people are coming from. The advice that I share here on the podcast is just advice and personal experiences and things that I want to share. It doesn't mean that everything I say is going to be right for you. When people give advice, they get it from their own life experiences and the mistakes that they've made. They may not want you to make the same mistakes, but your life is unique, just like theirs, and the way that your life turns out will be completely different from theirs, which means taking their advice might not always be the best option. Sometimes we need someone else's perspective on things, and that's why listening to others' advice is always a good option, but just make sure that you filter out the things that don't necessarily apply to your life. 19, try something new. You can quiet the anxiety inside of you by always trying new things. But if you have anxiety, then I know that sounds terrifying. It's sort of a catch-22 in that you have to get out of your comfort zone to manage your anxiety. Work on doing something different daily, even if it's small, like going for a walk for 5 minutes or going to the grocery store alone. Or reach out to a client or a brand that you've been wanting to work with that you may have been scared to before. Just force yourself into those situations because doing this often helps keep your life fun and interesting. And you also will surprise yourself at what you can accomplish. For more tips on getting out of your comfort zone, check out episode 7 of the Her Paper Route podcast, where I share a ton of tips on anxiety-busting techniques and things that you can do to push yourself out of your comfort zone and achieve big things. There is a ton more coming up on today's episode, but first I want to quickly thank our sponsors for making this show possible. Is your blog legal? As a website owner, you are required to have a privacy policy page, terms and conditions page, and an affiliate disclosure page. If you don't have these pages on your website, you are not protected in case of a problem. Fortunately, you don't have to shell out thousands of dollars to have a lawyer create these pages for you. The Legal Bundle contains a fill-in-the-blank template for each of those required pages that your website needs. It includes all of the information that you must have to legally protect your blog or website, and it's drafted by a lawyer. To get your copy of the Legal Bundle, visit herpaperroute.com/legalbundle. Want to learn something new today? Skillshare is an awesome online learning community where you can learn a new skill in just about anything. There are over 16,000 free and premium classes. Get personalized, on-demand education on everything from SEO, design, business, marketing, creative arts, and more. Today, you can get 2 months of unlimited classes for free right now when you go to herpaperroute.com/Skillshare. Number 20, rewire your thinking. You decide what is good from bad. Your thoughts create your actions. So if you are always stuck in a cycle of negative thinking that's preventing you from doing anything, work on rewiring your brain. Changing the way that you look at things opens up a whole new world of possibilities. Remember, you are holding your own self back. Once you stop doing that, your life will start to fill up with infinite possibilities. 21, come to accept your past. Most people's past isn't pretty. We've lied, cheated, stole, and have been tragically hurt before. But when you decide to play along with this game called life, you are bound to get burned every once in a while. Instead of cursing your past for not allowing you to enjoy the present, spend time leaving it behind. Your past has made you into the person that you are, no matter what you have gone through. You can work on being grateful for everything it's taught you and make a promise to yourself to move forward from now on. Moving on from the past isn't always easy, especially when your brain keeps popping up with memories, like right before you fall asleep every night, you remember those stupid things that you did when you were a drunk 20-something. It will take time, believe me, but you can definitely get there with a little practice. 22, silence your inner critic. Have a heart-to-heart with that inner critic of yours. That one that's been there ever since you began to have a conscience. Tell her to just shut up for once. There's no reason why you two have to be enemies. You can learn to live with your inner critic, but don't always listen to what she says. Your inner critic can keep you aware of the reality of things, but anytime it talks you down and tells you that you're not enough, ignore it. Talk to your inner critic as if it was a cynical best friend. Nurture it as best you can, and then work on ignoring the things that are very pointless for you to hear. 23, find your inner purpose. Listen to what your intuition is telling you. Spend time figuring out what your purpose in life is. This will take time, and it's important to pay attention to the signals and opportunities life is giving you. Stop going along with what you think you should be doing, and start going after the things that you want to be doing. 24, don't let bad news stop you from living your life. If you're easily frightened by watching the daily news, try to start limiting how much you watch. Living in fear prevents you from trying new things and keeps you in a bubble. And the news you see is on the news for a reason, because it's pretty rare. The news stations are also always looking for the craziest stories they can find to gain attention from people. When you limit your access to the news, you won't feel so afraid about living your life to the fullest. 25. Treat your inner child like your best friend. There is a child inside of you who needs attention from time to time, and as we grow out of childhood, we begin to ignore our inner child inside of us and work on becoming responsible adults. And for some reason, as adults, we think that we don't deserve much fun until all of the serious stuff is taken care of. But ignoring your inner child is actually proven to increase anxiety levels. And the fear and worry that you can feel can be a direct result of not filling the needs of your inner child. So focus on doing more fun things that you remember enjoying as a kid. 26, slow down. Be intentional about slowing down during the day. We are always in a rush to get to the destination, but the journey is the best part. Try to be more in tune with the present. If you find that you like to work really fast and multitask, work on slowing it down. Pay attention to just one task at a time instead. That way, you can start to really appreciate the moment. Multitasking will always make you feel like you're not doing enough. 27, let go of looking busy and embrace not doing anything. Being busy doesn't always mean that you get more done. Looking busy or feeling busy does not mean that you are being productive. Some people just like to act busy so that they can be seen more interesting or productive, but honestly, when you try to put out an air of super busyness, you're just going to overwhelm yourself. So instead, try to take some time during each week to do absolutely nothing, even if it's just for 10 minutes. Go sit outside in the sun, spend some time with your family, or just lay down on the floor and relax for a few minutes. You don't always have to be looking busy to have a very fulfilling life. 28, spend time with animals. I love animals. They just bring a lot of fulfillment to my life, and some people enjoy the calm presence of horses, while others love the energy of dogs. There is nothing better than surrounding yourself with those who show you unconditional love without fail. So to feel more fulfilled in your life, just get out there and spend more time around animals. Number 29, laugh often, every day, and honestly. Whenever you have the chance, laugh at things. Even if it's a frustrating situation, try not to take everything so seriously. You will always have days where you don't feel your best, and laughing might not always feel possible. But even if you laugh only once a day, then it's been a day well spent. Laugh with your friends, family, your significant other. Laugh with your clients. Just laughing means that you're enjoying the moment and your life. It allows you to release any tension that's built up, and if you're in an awkward situation, it can lighten the mood in an instant. Number 30, finally start a business. This is last but definitely not least, because if you haven't already, start your business. Start your online store. Start your Etsy shop. Start your blog. Whatever it is, get your idea out into the world and start selling it. Having your own business gives you independence from having to be an employee working for someone else's dream. It also gives you control over your income and your future. But most importantly, it can also give you a purpose. I have a ton of resources to help you start and grow your business over at the Her Paper Route Members Lounge. Go over there right now and get a free welcome kit at herpaperroute.com/toolkit. It's free to be a member, and it is the best way to connect with me and the others in the Her Paper Route community, where we share ideas and support one another. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. I really hope that these tips for living a more fulfilling life are helpful and inspire you to just try a few of them. And if you're feeling like you're having a crappy day, we all get those days, and some days will be worse than others. But I hope that you can apply some of these tips to your daily routine, and I hope that they help you. If you want to connect with me, as I say, come on over and catch me at the Her Paper Route Members Lounge at herpaperroute.com/toolkit. You can find all of the links for everything that I mentioned today, including the sponsor products and special bonuses, by going to herpaperroute.com/show notes and finding this episode's associated blog post. Thank you again for listening. I look forward to catching up with you over in the Members Lounge, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Thanks for tuning in to the Her Paper Route podcast. We hope you found this episode helpful. If you did, please say so by leaving us a review on iTunes. And be sure to share this episode with your friends. For more entrepreneurship resources and to connect with Chelsea, swing by herpaperroute.com. Now go make something.
There's a place in the Blue Ridge Mountains where a designated American viticultural area produces wines as unforgettable as the views. To learn more about the crest of the Blue Ridge wine country, click this banner and find your mountain moments in Hendersonville, North Carolina.